what we're trying to accomplish here is to get you guys a formed process of thinking for what becomes second nature and something you can do out in the real world to train your mind up to be able to deal with situations when it happens. Because we all hold the country and OODA loop and stuff like that, but how do you really apply that stuff?
By doing it. Put yourself under pressure.
But what does it really mean? Okay, the country, what does it really mean?
The
country, what does it really mean? Well, we'll get to a talk about more. I'm going to tell you. The problem I see in teaching is we talk about this stuff in class. You turn off that. Yeah, this push off. Power. We talk about this stuff in class. The problem is only like 20% or less of the students actually understand. But a lot of people who say OODA loop, they go to absorb, orient, decision, action. Okay, that's how the OODA loop works, you know. But what if you ask them? Okay, what does orient really mean? They're great to check the box and talk to people about all that, but it's hard to actually 100% understand what they're talking about. But what I'm trying to get in the classroom is, I'm just trying to get you guys to develop your own system, your own way of doing it. I'm going to show you what I kind of do and what some of the stuff means for you guys to start thinking about building your own way of training out there in real life.
I agree, 100%.
Okay, the fourth thing we're talking about is mindset. This is probably the most important.
Yes.
Basically, mindset. You gotta know what you gotta have your mindset right for what you need to do, what going on in the situation, and you gotta kind of figure out what his mindset is, what he's trying to accomplish. You know what I mean? The perfect example is kind of like Republican Democrats. Right now they're able to try to get into each other group's head and figure out what makes somebody want to vote for Trump, what makes somebody want to vote for Biden. So they're trying to figure out how they can swap people who can be swapped. You know what I mean? The same thing kind of in mindset with this is, how do you train your mind to, like we talked earlier, to come up with the stuff automatically? How do we get our mind to where we practice everyday stuff, but if you see something that doesn't look right and there's actually something going on, how do you automatically, your mind kicks in gear because you've been trained so much to mind to do that? That's what we're going to try to build up. That's what you got to be able to do it like you're driving, where you just can do it on autopilot.
Yeah,
because you can't be, this guy trying to rob me, where am I out in the country? I mean,
we pick up on things that are out of ordinary all the time. You don't even know you do it.
Yeah, you do, and as you do that, you become better and better at it. You know what I mean? So you got to take every opportunity you can to train for that. And that's what we're trying to get here, and then trying to figure out, what does this guy want? Is he here to really just rob me? He's trying to kill me? Why is he doing what he's doing that could give me a problem?
How can I force his hand?
Yeah, you could do that. Yes. Or why is he doing this? You know, what is his end goal? And it might be so screwed up that you have no idea. But I guess what most classes teach, they teach the country, OODA loop, or both, and they let go at that. But they never expand on how to regrow these skills and what does all this really mean. That's what we're trying to do here. Fourth thing we're talking about OODA loop and country real quick, and what it means, and then we'll go into kind of how I see it and how I start training my mind to do these things. But so absorb, what does that mean to people? Who can tell me what absorb means?
Figure out your surroundings, figure out where people are, where you are in relation to them.
Assess the situation.
Yeah.
What you see, what you hear, what you
processing information.
Yes. Kind of what's going on. Why is this guy broke down on the side of the road? Why is he put up? You know what I mean? You start breaking things down. You know what I mean? It's absorbing what's going on around you. So orient, what does that mean?
Where you're at, where they're at. Don't back yourself into a corner.
So orient is kind of like your experiences. Okay, for example, I'll give you a perfect example. Last night we've been running beans. Last night I pulled into a field, trying to get ready, get going, and there's a truck sitting there, right there in the driveway. So here I am pulling in there. I'm like, what the hell, this is weird. You know what I mean? Why is this truck sitting here on this field, right in the entrance to the field? So I pulled up there, stopped, make sure I put the lights right on the truck. And for he had nowhere to go. He's trapped basically. The guy just sits there texting on his phone. You know what I mean? So I got out and I kind of walked around the back of the truck to come in on his basically right hand negative side, like we talked about, what was it, 2 classes ago, whatever it was, last class. And I walked up to him and said, "Can I help you?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm here just to pick up some people who've been hunting." So right there, it's dark.
And you can't hunt at dark.
Well, it's probably 15, 20 minutes after dusk. You know what I mean?
Well,
So
it's also private property.
yeah, it's private property that he doesn't own. You know what I mean?
You see any hunting gear around? Or?
Well, I'm gonna get into this more. You know what I mean? We're talking about a little more. So right there, he said that, and it didn't 100% make sense. Well, that's kind of Orient. That's kind of like your experience. This stuff doesn't make sense between Absorb and Orient. Is past experience tells me this doesn't 100% make sense, but I'm not 100% what's really going on, because that's your training, where you're at, mentoring, what we're gonna do next. You know what I mean?
Because generally you would take your own vehicle or ride a vehicle somewhere.
Well, I'll get into that.
Because
so I'm like, that's kind of weird. He's like, yeah, Jonas. I'm like, Jonas, the Amish guy, the house builder. I mean, the pole barn builder. Yeah. I'm supposed to pick him up here and take him back home. Well, then it makes more sense.
Yeah, because
you see what I'm saying? Yeah. But see how you have to start probing and getting information. So once you hit action, you're supposed to go back to it again.
Most crooks don't.
But you see how it's not. It's good, but it's hard to 100% relay everything to it. You know what I mean? And that's what it is most. Is it becomes more like lifestyle. So that I like it the best. I really don't like the country at all.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know, because
it reminds me of the state color code.
Okay, so you got white, you got yellow, you got orange, and you got red. Okay, so what the hell does orange mean? You know, okay, so let's take the scenario I had last night when I talked to the guy. Where should I be at? I probably would be somewhere between yellow and orange. You know what I mean? But it's hard. Okay, I'm in color orange. Then what? You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? Me personally have a hard time relating to the two.
I look at that, I think of some armchair commando came up with that idea.
Possibly.
That's my honest
opinion. I would disagree. What's your guys' thought on this?
You're red like 100% of the time, Ben.
Back of it, you're like, oh, the guy's hunting stuff.
So Donnie, Ben's at red, where am I at?
There is the black above that.
Oh, there's black above that.
What were you saying, Justin?
I would never be white.
No.
Never. If I leave the house, or even if I'm at the house, because I'll see a truck out in the field, I don't know who it is, what are they doing there, why are they there? I automatically start profiling. I profile the neighbors' driveways, why are they there?
Yeah.
I think everybody in this room is probably.
Yeah.
Well, all my neighbors got robbed and I saw the guy, and this was years ago.
Yeah.
I've been kicking myself in the tail. Why didn't I dig harder into what that guy was doing?
Exactly. Well, I know they came out with a new one, and it's right there. That's the older one. They came up with this new one.
It's color code and act. Oh, okay.
Well, no, see, this is the old one, but these are the new one what they're teaching now.
Denial, deliberation, and decision.
Yeah, that's kind of what FEMA's kind of doing, and Homeland's kind of coming up with on some of this stuff. Is this right here, that right there.
Denial that they're doing something bad, or
well, what it is denial is, and we'll talk about this here a little bit later. That's why I'm bringing this up. Denial is most people say, this guy can't be robbing me.
You
this
hit
can't
the
be
wall.
happening.
You hit the wall.
Yeah,
you can't
what
believe
we
this
call
is
the
happening.
wall,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? They call denial.
Yeah.
Where this can't be happening. This guy's not trying to rob me. You see what I'm saying? They can't get to the denial. There's an active shooting going on. This can't be happening. That's not gunshots. You see, because in their mind they haven't done any training up to this point, so they deny right off the bat. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does that kind of make sense? And that's something most people don't do until it's too late. Kind of like when you do force on force the first time.
I'm being shot at.
Yeah.
What do I do?
So you don't want to get caught in denial, because that's what most people do without any training.
They hit the
or any
wall.
thought process. What we call hitting the wall, they call denial.
Yeah.
It's basically the same thing, but it's a common thing most people do without any training or any thought. But most people don't try to say,
you're not gonna be able to.
you know, oh, I'm sorry, why do you want to take my wallet? And they start talking.
Let me sing your song. We can talk about it.
They want to talk about it. Just like it's like if a cop, they shoot the guy, let's say they do shoot the guy, they want to tell the cop everything that took place. And so they keep their mouth shut and talk to lawyer.
Yeah.
Because they think by them talking to the police officer, they're just, oh yeah, you're a great guy, just let you go. What's the last one there?
Decisive.
Decisive. Basically,
That's like action.
that's like action. That's
Keep your teeth in.
And you gotta be decisive about your decision. A lot of people want to be half-assed.
No, you gotta go
I'm
hard.
gonna pull my gun, but I'm not gonna point it at them.
No.
Well, they make a decision, they change the decision. They're not decisive about what they do. If you're gonna run away from the active shooter, run right from the active shooter.
Go hard, man.
Yeah. If you're gonna say they're gonna fight, say they're gonna fight. Like, you see how that one kind of works? Okay, this is kind of how I break it down and how I do it and how I teach people to do it. Basically, you always want to see what you need to have time, or distance and time is the same thing. And what I mean by that is you need distance to give yourself time. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes.
You want to recognize yourself before it happens. That way you have time to form scenarios in your mind. And we'll talk about the thing happened last night. When I pulled up there and lit the guy up with all the lights on it, you know what I mean?
It's a wonder he just didn't get out of the car then.
Well, that was weird because he just sat there, kept texting. That was weird in itself. I'm like, wow, you're really bright lit up right now. You're just kind of sitting there, you know. But fourth thing, I knew I had a little bit of time because he wasn't getting out. There's no way he could go. So I needed to form some scenarios in my head. Well, hunting wasn't one of them, I can tell you that. You know what I mean? I figured, well, the guy might be here waiting for somebody someplace else for whatever reason why he's hanging out here waiting for the text to come through. I can tell he was texting. Number two was, maybe the guy is hiding from the law or something else where somebody here will know people know where he's at. You know what I mean? That was kind of my number two.
Well, like that's a high dollar house. That's
exactly.
That's a multi-million dollar house.
That was my thought when he's casing something, absorbing something, and maybe reconning something for some reason. Those were my three scenarios I put in my head before I got out. We're going to talk about breathing. And we'll probably do this winter. As you walk up, you need to learn how to control your heart rate and how to walk. Remember the whole, we have a plan established. Like when I talked about the thing last night, if I have to retreat, I'm retreating back, I'm walking down this line, I know where my shots, or I can take shots out. But as I'm walking up, your adrenaline naturally gets up because you don't know what's going on. That's just natural. So you gotta breathe, basically called combat breathing, where it kind of goes in your nose, out your mouth, slow, hold it a second if you can, 2-3 seconds, hold it, to try to keep your heart rate down. Because remember what we talked about before, if you get above 170, 180, you'll start losing the ability to cross information, hitting the wall, the ability to be able to do forward motion stuff, try to keep your heart rate down. This practice that over and over again, trying to find your front sight. So what did we say? Again, what we teach, front sight, breathe, what do I see? Keep repeating that so as you're walking up onto whatever it is that's going on. Because you already got your plan made up what you're going to do for what takes place. So if something does happen, you work the plan, find your front sight of your dot, and you're gonna breathe and keep saying what do I see, that way you know what's going on. How you change your plan on how to react. So basically, as you're walking up, those are the things you gotta start focusing on. You know what I mean? After you form a plan, you're gonna go deal with the situation. What are you gonna do, Justin? You got a plan for him, you got your retreat, you got know what you're gonna do, something happens, but what do you do as you're walking up? You're gonna try to control your what? Heart rate?
Your heart rate, your breathing.
And if you know if I gotta pull my gun, I'm gonna find my front sight, my dot, whatever I'm gonna aim up. I'm gonna keep breathing. People tend to hold their breath in a gunfight or hostage situations or bad situations like that because they're just natural. And you want to keep motion moving, your body, like your head. The good way to break out tunnel vision is to shake your head. On the ground like this. What way you want to turn? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that way.
So when the beep goes off, turn that way and just dry fire on the target.
Does it matter how I turn? I can do
No, I just need to know what way you're turning if I know how. I'm gonna get behind you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That way I know how to take it up.
Okay.
You guys ready?
Let's see how this goes.
On the beat. Boom, boom. What are you doing? Gun over there, bang, boom.
And then I don't shoot.
Well, you can if you want, or you can get behind cover. I would come back, move back here, get behind cover. See how you do that? Okay? Here. And a car shot by you, you're on the sidewalk, and people start rolling out.
Okay.
And you gotta deal with it.
I'm turning that way.
Okay, that's good. Ready?
Yep.
From the beat. Okay, hold show up, index. What's your thought process?
Well, I saw him getting out. First thing, I saw the gun and I saw him pointing right at me, and I just took him out first. Missed a couple times until I hit him.
Yeah.
And then I went to her.
Yeah.
I went to him.
I like the aggressiveness. You kept engaging aggressive. The only thing I would say was, you know, cover's behind you. Move to cover.
Okay.
You turned around, you saw this. I would stop you try and get distance. You know what I mean? On the thing, because you got multi threats. You have 3 guys that could kill you.
Right.
So I wouldn't try to advance on that. No. I would try to retreat, get behind cover.
Always think, where's my cover, and try to get
now,
to cover.
there's just that guy, and him being in a position like that, you could probably advance on him and go in, and he would kill his angle because he couldn't shoot.
Oh, he'd be shooting through the pillar.
What's that?
He was shooting to the back of the car.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying, though? But if it was only that guy and you want to advance, you can advance this way, and he can't shoot past the pillar because the car's gonna block you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you could use that as your advantage. Did that make sense? How that works?
Yep.
You didn't do anything bad. I like the aggression. I like this keep shooting. I like the shooting part of it. You know what I mean?